So let's talk about a really big move from one of crypto's true giants, Tether. They just dropped their first ever product aimed at regular folks like you and me. And honestly, it's designed to fix one of the most frustrating parts of using digital money. So, what did they actually build? Let's get into it. But first, let's just get this out of the way. It's a question anyone who has ever touched crypto has probably screamed at their screen. Why is this still so ridiculously complicated? We hear all this talk about a future of easy digital cash, but for most people, that's just not the reality. I mean, just think about it like this. On one side, you got an email address. It's simple, it's easy to remember. On the other side, you have this monster, a typical crypto wallet address. It's just a long, terrifying string of random letters and numbers. And if you make one tiny typo, poof, your money could be gone forever. That is a massive roadblock for anyone trying to get into this space. So it really boils down to two major headaches. First, those crazy confusing wallet addresses. And second, this whole concept of gas fees. A lot of the time, to send a stablecoin like USDT, you need a totally different crypto, like Ethereum, just to pay the transaction fee. It's it's like trying to buy a coffee with dollars, but then being told you have to pay the tax in euros. It just makes no sense to a normal person. Well, these are the exact problems that Tether, the company behind the world's biggest stablecoin, is now taking on headfirst with its very first product for the public. It's called the Tether Wallet, and importantly, it's a self-custodial app, which is just a fancy way of saying you and only you have full control over your funds. Now, this is a really big deal because Tether has always been this behind-the-scenes company. They provided the plumbing for the big exchanges. Now, they're stepping right out into the spotlight with an app for everybody. And here's the magic. Here's how it solves those two big headaches. First, it completely gets rid of those long wallet addresses. It replaces them with simple usernames, something like name@tether.me. And second, it kills that separate gas token problem. Now, you can pay the transaction fee with the exact same crypto you're sending. So if you're sending USDT, the fee is in USDT. It's really that simple. Finally! And this quote from Tether CEO Paolo Arduino, it just says it all. Users should be able to send value as easily as sending a message. That one simple idea is the driving force behind this entire project. The goal is to make using digital money feel as natural as sending a text. But hold on, this is about way more than just a new app. This is a massive, fundamental, strategic shift for one of the most powerful players in the entire crypto industry. Let's really break this down. Historically, Tether has been a B2B company, right? Business to business. They were the infrastructure guys. Now they're flipping the script and going B2C, business to consumer. For the first time, they're building a direct connection with their end users. And to really get a sense of just how big this move is, I want you to look at this number, 570 million. So what is that? Well, according to Tether, that's how many people are already using their technology on other platforms. Think about that for a second. They aren't starting from zero. They have this huge built-in audience that they can now invite directly into their own app. That's an absolutely massive head start. Okay, so with this new wallet, how does it stack up against the competition? By launching this app, Tether is officially stepping onto a very crowded battlefield. There are already some big names out there. You've got the giants like MetaMask and Trust Wallet, and their whole game is to try and support every single crypto asset under the sun. But Tether is taking a totally different approach. Their focus is on their own ecosystem, USDT, their other stablecoins, their tokenized gold. They are choosing simplicity and focus over trying to be the everything wallet. And if you look at the assets that are supported right at launch, that strategy becomes crystal clear. It's all about their core products, their main dollar stablecoin USDT, their new synthetic dollar USA, their tokenized gold XAUT, and of course, Bitcoin. It's a very focused, you might even call it a walled garden approach, at least for now. So let's zoom out. What's the really big picture here? Well, Tether's new wallet isn't some isolated event. It is part of a much, much broader trend in the crypto industry to finally make these tools easy enough for everyone to use. And you can see this trend playing out all over the place. Just look at what's been happening. The stablecoin company Paxos bought a wallet company. The payments giant Stripe bought another one. Even MetaMask added Bitcoin support to try and get more users. You see the pattern? Everyone is in a race to make crypto simple, and Tether's new wallet is just the latest major move in that race. And that brings us right back to our big question from the beginning. With a massive player like Tether now completely focused on user experience, are we at a turning point? Could this be the moment that digital cash finally becomes as easy to use as email? That's the real question, and you can bet we'll all be watching to see how it plays out.